Absolute Power ended about over a month ago. Yeah, I didn't review it. I didn't check it out because I know it's going to be crap. From the very beginning, the story, the premise, everything about it was just nonsense to me. And I have not been proven wrong in regards to that yet. Absolute Power did not in any way, shape, or form sound like it was ever going to be good at all. But like I said, it has ended. So I'm going to go over exactly what happened at the ending. But I'm going to start off with an article here from Batman News, right? It's written by William Martin. And he just sums up exactly what I have been saying, exactly what my entire reasons for not even wanting to check this thing out was. Literally sums it up. So I'm going to read through his review. You trying to check out, trying to check out any more of his work, anything like that. Seems to be doing really well, but this is pretty much it. So let's dive into this one first. Absolute Power number 4 review by William Martin. This was on October 3rd. So this is the last issue. Let me guess, it's a climatic fight and everything turns out all right in the end. What a shocker. Really? You couldn't have all seen that coming. We get some consequences that affect nothing and move on to the next event. Yep, called it. I don't need any more preamble. Let's just get into it. Yeah, because I mean, this is what was always going to happen. This was always going to happen. Amanda Waller's whole plan was nonsensical. DC's continuous drive to make her the most powerful black woman ever is a ridiculous, ridiculous joke. I think they've made Amanda Waller so unlikable to me now that the minute I see her name in anything, I don't want anything to do with it anymore. That's how badly they have ruined her as a character for me. But let's go down and see let's continue on and see what's going on with this. Absolute Power squandered its premise here. A premise which didn't even make sense to begin with and makes even less sense now. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Wade never gave a good explanation for how Waller was able to steal the hero's powers. Why bother to do that? Trying to steal Superman's powers, for instance, would be the equivalent of stealing a normal person's ability to breathe. This is something that had always bothered me. They always try to do this thing in DC Comics. They always try to depower Superman to make him more human and all of this, and it never works. It never works. Apart from Parasite literally sucking his powers out of him, and then he eventually finds a way to overcome that. Removing Superman's powers is literally impossible because it boils down to his literal biology. You cannot steal that. It does not work. Taking Superman's powers away is just a ridiculous, ridiculous purpose that they keep doing. But that's what they do. It's not a part that can come and go. No, it isn't. It's biology. And all these heroes should be dead if a part of their biology is stolen. Yeah. Now, in the resolution of this issue, we find out that when the heroes got their powers back, crazy, I know, some of them got mixed up. Yes, I'll be talking about the whole powers getting mixed up thing in a little bit. Besides being far too similar to the fallout of Lazarus Planet, this is both impossible and tiresome. What else is new? Yeah, because at the end of Lazarus Planet, another event I did not even bother to read, people started getting new powers and all kind of thing like that. It's just the same tired old trope over and over and over again. To the point now where it's just ridiculous. Want to know how the problem of the superhero hating planet is solved? You're going to love this. You're really going to love this part. It is so brilliantly done, so effortlessly executed, so absolutely amazing and over the top that you probably never heard of it before. Well, Nightwing tricks Waller into saying some bad guy things and broadcast it. Yeah, I'm pausing for dramatic effect. It's not helping. It's really not helping. It's a very simplistic, almost naive trope that ignores the fact that many people won't believe or see the broadcast, just like Waller's fake news that made the whole world hate the heroes in the first place. Like, I said this before. Waller's whole thing about, oh, she's going to make everybody hate the heroes by spreading some fake news is nonsense. The fake news trope needs to stop. That was one of the things that ruined Young Justice in final season. Well, it's second to last and final season ruined it. Absolutely ruined it. And now you're trying to tell me that just because you literally post some fake news, people are going to believe that. Oh, look, I'm looking at my smartphone and I'm seeing Superman killing someone, Batman robbing a store, and Wonder Woman strangling some guy to death while they're right behind me saving people from a burning building. Maybe I should just believe the fake news. It made absolutely no freaking sense. But this is the point that they keep doing. All of us put some crap out there and you're just going to believe it. Excuse me, he continues on. Does everyone in the DC universe have the memory of a goldfish? Yes. Yes, they do. Does persuading them of anything you can think of only require a video being dropped in front of them? Yes. Yes, it does. It's also ludicrous, and to think this story started out as if it might actually be trying to tell a human story. That isn't what this is. It's content pure and simple. Lowest common denominator, inoffensive and saying absolutely nothing. And this is my problem with a lot of these DC titles lately. Even if they start off with a decent one or two stories, it turns into absolute and utter nonsense going on because they hire these writers who have no idea what the hell they're doing. Editorial is not giving any oversight. Just tell them, you know what, do whatever comes to your mind, do whatever was good with you, and that is it. That is it. Maybe this would be less damning if the event had some kind of effect on the DCU. Does any event in Marvel or DC matter at all anymore? No. I even covered this in my 7 things that really grind my gears about comics video. A set of events that mean absolutely nothing. My belief was that it would set up the absolute universe, but it turns out that that task is entirely relegated to the all-in special. So what does this comic do? It puts the Justice League back together. Oh yes, the Justice League that haven't been around since they did that whole, that whole Dark Crisis nonsense. And now they're bringing back the Justice League and they're just throwing everybody in there. The Justice League Unlimited, they're just bringing everybody in. Absolute nonsense. I've already talked about this plenty, but this doesn't matter because it doesn't. DC said they were broken up, but it's not like we could tell. Though now the group is bigger and some mostly undefined heroes have different or missing powers. Yeah. They even tried to bring the Titans up and say, like, the Titans are replacing the Justice League. Nobody cared. Nothing interested happening in the book and nobody gave a damn after. Moving on, Red Tornado gets destroyed. Yes, because that doesn't happen literally every 3 weeks. Does anybody even care about Red Tornado? No. You go to say, what is this, like the 10,000th time exactly? We all know he'll be back, and if he's not, this character isn't popular enough for very many people to miss him. And I don't think anybody really misses Red Tornado, to be honest with you. I can't remember the last time he featured prominently in a comic. Does anybody remember the last time he featured prominently in any kind of comic? Next, Waller is taken off the table for the time being. But again, we know she'll be free soon enough. Of course, I'm going to get into what happens to Waller, but again, oh, and the random evil Green Arrow plot that had almost no page space was a nothing burger. He was just an inside man. So in the end, a few short-term changes. Yeah, Green Arrow had Martian Manhunter, mess with his mind to make him out to be some kind of villain working with Waller, but secretly he was a double agent. And then, Martian Manhunt was the first one to get captured and all of that, so nobody knew. And then it was just a waste of flicking time, we honestly. All right, and he says he continues on here to say, overall, I certainly can't recommend this comic. It has no value, and unfortunately, this seems to be the case with far too many DC books these days. Everything feels redundant. Solutions come too easy. There's no development, and there's nothing deeper to the story than the surface level fights you see on the page. That's all it boils down to. That is all it boils down to. There's nothing in these books that will make you say, well, yeah, this is something to actually write home about. No, it's a bunch of nonsense. But let's go on to what actually happened with the powers. So let's go over what exactly happens in with the result of absolute power. Let's go over it and see exactly what goes on. Right. So Dreamer, who was apparently dead, I covered that in what I did by John Kent thing, is actually back again. Big shocker. Right. Absolute power, right? Dreamer, the precognitive hero Dreamer, apparently dying after defying Amanda Waller's orders. However, Dreamer managed to survive with a little help from a friend, John Kent. Yeah, when he was dreaming about how he wanted to hook up with her, yeah, apparently that was something else, and Dreamer is alive once again. Dreamer reveals that she went into the dreaming. Though she was severely wounded, she was able to pull herself together thanks to the waking dreams of the younger John Kent as he fought the control of the Brainiac Queen. Dreamer in turn used her powers to bolster John's mental defenses against the evil artificial intelligence. Amanda Waller disgraced and defanged. Unsurprisingly, the heroes of Earth Prime rallied to turn the tables on Amanda Waller. What a shocker. Though her Amazo army stole their powers, the drones could not steal their heroic hearts, right? So all of that going on with Waller. Um, I'll get to a bit more exactly to show us what happened with Amanda Waller in a little bit. But what basically happens with her is that I can cover it now. And what actually happens with Amanda Waller is that Dreamer goes into her mind and erases all the knowledge that she had of all the heroes, who they are, where they are, all this different thing, erases all of it. And like I said it earlier, Nightwing gets her to admit all she evil thing and everybody hear it. Then they lock her up. Well, Dreamer locks her up and apparently puts a bomb in her neck as well. And then leaves her there and she's all screaming, Dreamer, answer me, because that's supposed to be shocking. We all know that Amanda Waller is going to be back because they're not going to leave this woman alone. They need to constantly try to promote her as the greatest black woman to ever live. That's what they have to do. Right. Okay, now it came better. Dreamer was quick to note she did not erase Waller's memories. Rather, she blocked Waller's ability to recall all the secrets she had learned over the years. Yeah, that's not going to come back to bite anybody in the ass. Dreamer decided this would be a fitting punishment, leaving Waller unable to hurt anyone with what she knew and fully aware of how powerless she now was. Yeah, for now. Right. So, to talk about what happened with Green Arrow and all this, how he was turned out, he wasn't wasn't working with Waller. He had Martian Manhunter mess with his mind, all of that. Okay. Next thing we get with it is that the multiverse is closed. Amanda Waller's ultimate plan was to build an army across the multiverse because the multiverse ruins everything. Installing her new world order on dozens of Earths. Someone is an overachiever. The heroes of Earth Prime were able to close a dimensional gate, but at a cost. The resulting energy loop sealed Earth Prime off from the rest of the multiverse. This means that nobody, from speedsters to breachers, can travel to alternate realities anymore. Also, Barry Allen has lost his speed. He's no longer the Flash. There's even an issue after the way he officially gave his ring to Wally West. So Wally West is now the official Flash, even though there are like 15 other Flashes running around. But Barry Allen no longer has his speed. He's no longer the Flash. right? Many heroes had their powers changed or lost them. Batman and Blue Beetle were able to disable the Amazo drones and restore the stolen powers of Earth Prime's heroes. However, not all the powers went back to their original hosts, and some heroes remain powerless. It remains to be seen if this will be a temporary occurrence or if special measures will be needed to restore things to normal. Right, Black Canary actually gets Supergirl's heat vision and stuff. Yeah, and plus looking to reform the Justice League, like I said. Look, I have one more thing to finish up here in regards to this. Just to make sure that it end up coming up to the, I had to cover this part in regards to the powers and what happened, right? This is coming up in January. This is from Bleeding Cool. Superwoman Special #1 by Joshua Williamson and Edwin Galmore reads, the amazing story of how Daily Planet editor-in-chief Lois Lane got superpowers and became Superwoman is finally told. What does it mean for the matriarch of the super family to fly alongside her family and friends? And how long will these powers last? And who wants these powers for themselves? Guest starring the Atom, Mr. Terrific, Supergirl, and Silver Banshee. Ay, 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 eh. So yeah, Supergirl will also gain the power of hypnotic compulsion vision. Plastic Man, already having his arm broken with all his powers, will have a new power instead, possibly invisibility. And yeah, Black Canary now has Supergirl's heat vision instead of a sonic cry and all of this. You see Lois Lane getting powers. It's been done before, it needs to stop. But we have powers run amok in the DC universe. Another boring, pathetic end to absolute power because it started ridiculous, it continued to be ridiculous, it ended ridiculous. And I don't know if people actually read it because I sure as hell didn't. I couldn't care less. And it's setting up for a new Justice League. It's going to be Justice League Unlimited. We're going to bring in everybody and their uncle into the Justice League. Because the Justice League being only a few heroes doing what they do, no, let's bring everybody in and figure that that isn't going to ruin everything. So yeah, that's what happened with the end of absolute power. I'm not surprised. I know it was going to be a waste from the beginning, and I was right. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. If you have a different opinion, I'd love to hear it. If you like it, be sure to hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Ring the notification bell. Be notified every time I put out a new video. And I shall see you all next time. Take care.